What is going on YouTube? Once again tuned in to Pharaoh's Vessel, and today I'm bringing you the Phantom Knights as a deck. It's going to be a quick profile as I won't be running through most of the stuff as I got to shoot out shortly. But yeah, it's literally, the deck is, as you see it, straight out of the box, which was the Legendary Hero decks. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into this one, guys. I'm not going to pass go or collect $200. I'm just going to go straight into it. If you haven't already done so, though, scroll down slightly, click on like and subscribe. Give me that like, give me that subscribe. Your support means I can get videos out there for you guys to watch. So, this is the Phantom Knights. So with the Phantom Knights now, guys, we're starting off with the monsters as usual. It's not a monster heavy deck. It does have quite a large extra deck, but we'll go straight into that shortly afterwards. So first of all, we have 2 copies of the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. Basically, this card is in attack position. You can target 1 dark monster on the field. Change this target to defense position. If you do, the monster gains 800 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard, except for add 1 Phantom Knights card from the deck to your hand. Except the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak, you can only use the effect of Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak once per turn. Next up, we have 2 copies of the Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, whereas if you control a Phantom Knights monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon the Phantom Knights of Silent Boots once per turn this way. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Phantom Knights spell or trap from the deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Phantom Knights of Silent Boots once per turn. There is 2 copies of the Phantom Knights of Ragged Gloves. A Dark XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as an XYZ material gains this effect. If it is XYZ summoned, it gains 1000 attack. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send 1 Phantom Knights card from the deck to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of the Phantom Knights of Ragged Gloves once per turn. Next up, we have 2 copies of the Phantom Knights of Cloven Helm. If a Phantom Knights card is sent to the graveyard, this card gains 500 attack. You can banish this card from your graveyard during the end phase of your turn. Add 1 Phantom Knights card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use the effect of Phantom Knights of Cloven Helm once per turn. And then 2 copies of Phantom Knights of Fragile Armor. If a face-up Phantom Knights card you control is destroyed by card or battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only banish this card from the graveyard and send 1 Phantom Knights card from your hand to the graveyard. Draw 1 card. You can only use the effect of Phantom Knights of Fragile Armor once per turn. Next up, we have just a couple of different monsters, like the Armageddon Knight. When this card is summoned, you can send 1 dark monster from the deck to the graveyard. 1 blue mountain butter spy. Cannot be normal summoned or set. When you normal summon a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand and cannot be used as a synchro material. There's a rescue ferret. Cute little fella, that one. You can shuffle this card you control into the deck. Special summon monsters from your deck except Rescue Ferret, whose total levels equal 6 to your zones. A link monster or monsters points 2, but those summoned monsters have their effects negated. Also, destroy them during the end phase. You can only use the effect of Rescue Ferret once per turn. There is a Junk Forward. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. There's a Kagamucha Knight. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cannot be used as synchro material. It's a cock-a-doodle-doo. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 3 monster. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 4. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. Not a bad little card actually, that one. And finally, for the monsters, 1 copy of Effect Veiler. During your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate the effects of that face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. So that's your monsters for the Phantom Knights deck, guys. Moving on now, we shall have the spells. So guys, the spell cards that come complete within this fantastic little deck starts you off with 1 Twin Twisters. Discard 1 card, then target up to 2 spells and traps on the field and destroy them. It comes with 2 copies of Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. There is a Phantom Knights Spear. A Dark Hole. It has a Monster Reborn, a Foolish Burial, a Reinforcement of the Army, and a Dark Eruption. So as you can see, the spells for this deck are actually pretty slim. I think it needs a little something extra, so what I'll probably do when I get 5 minutes during Christmas and New Year, I'll sit down and add a few spells and extra traps to it and see if I can give it a little bit more of a kick in the backside. Because to be honest with you, I'm going to test it shortly, but I can't really see it doing much. But yeah, as you can see, that is literally the spell cards for this deck. So that was like the shortest, minute of my life? Anyway, moving on next, we're going to have the trap cards. So guys, moving on now, we have the trap cards for the deck. Starting us off, we have this one, which is the Phantom Knights of Mistclaws. Target one of your banished Phantom Knight monsters and add it to your hand. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, while this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Phantom Knight monster in your graveyard and special summon that monster. And if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster with the same original level as that monster. Warrior, Dark, 0/0 attack defense. Not bad little card. I don't think I've sorted these out. Oh yeah, I have. No, wait. Yeah, I have. I've sorted these out. They're all in sort of an order. I have more in the in my box. So what I'll do is eventually when I get around to it, I'll add more Phantom Knight cards. But yeah, we have Phantom Knight's Fogblade. We have a pair of Phantom Knight Swords. A pair of Phantom Knight Wings. A pair of Phantom Knight Shadow Veil. There is a pair of Phantom Knights of Wrong Magnet Ring. And then we got one ofs, which is Shade Brigandine, Dark Gauntlets, Tomb Shield, and Lost Vambrace. That is the traps for the deck, guys. Not a bad selection of traps if you like the words Phantom Knights. Like I said, I've got quite a few in the box as well, so I'm going to be adding to these and hoping for the best. I've not gone through them all, but pretty much from what I can see, they mostly act as monsters when you bring them out, with special effects like your opponent's monster loses 600 attack, which is like the Vambrace there. Then that one comes to the field as a level 2 Dark Warrior type with 600 attack and 0 defense. Then you've got like the Brigandine down here. You can special summon the card in defense position as a normal monster, a Warrior Dark level 4, attack 0, defense 300. The card is not treated as a trap. If you have no traps in your graveyard, you can activate this card the turn it was set. You can only activate one Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine once per turn. So yeah, from what I can see by the trap cards in this deck, guys, they're mostly like undercover monsters, if you like, because you can bring them all out, most of them. So yeah, that's pretty nifty as a whole. I'm going to leave that one there and move on to the last section of this video, which is going to be your extra deck. So guys, your extra deck is a whole lot of fun. It's mostly actually XYZ monsters. Starting off with the Phantom Knights of Breaksword. There is a number 86 Heroic Champion. There is a Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. A Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Remember guys, this deck has come straight out of the box. I've not added anything to it yet. There's a Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon. There's an Evil Swarm Nightmare. Evil Swarm Thanatos. There is a Levier the Sea Dragon. And there is a Dante, Traveller of the Burning Abyss. Why it needs such a heavy XYZ, well, extra deck, I have no idea. But yep, that's the XYZs. And it also comes with a Link monster, the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. Takes 3 to bring it out. It's got an attack of 2100. Not a bad little monster. During your main phase, you can send the Phantom Knights monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then set one Phantom Knight spell track directly from the deck to your spell and trap zones. If a Dark XYZ monster is special summoned to a zone, this card points to, which I can see is this one, that one, and the one in the middle. You can target one card on field and destroy it. You can only use each effect of the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche once per turn. Cannot be used as a link material. Okay, fair enough. You wouldn't really want to use a link material for link summoning, but yeah. So that's your extra deck, guys. That's been a quick run through on the profile of the Phantom Knights deck. I still have yet to bring you the Heroes deck, which at some point I'll get round to, and I also built a God deck using the Egyptian gods, etc, etc, which I'd like to eventually, once I've finished putting it together properly and I've fine-tuned it, I'll bring you that deck profile as well. But for now, guys, this has been the Pharaoh's Vessel, bringing you a deck profile for the Phantom Knights. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said before, scroll down, hit like and subscribe. Give me that support. I need that support, guys. But for now, I'll leave it there. And I hope to catch you all again soon. Ciao for now.